Welcome to Embedded Internals. This is sixth episode of our series, Execution Awareness series. In this episode, we are going to check what actually happens before the main function is been called. We think that our program starts execution from the main function, but by the kernel, a whole runtime pipeline has been executed before our code actually start running or before the code reaches to the main function. Main function is itself a callback function which is invoked by the kernel at the runtime. So before going into the details of the real entry flow inside the kernel, let me first explain what we are checking in this series. So in the first 5 episodes of this series, we have covered I have explained you this our pillar program, that is our Hello World program. What is actually we are doing through this program? This is a very simple program which is to print a statement on our output screen. Usually the first program our developer starts their journey with. So we are also starting our journey with this simple program. So we are printing hello world, welcome to embedded internals on the output screen, that is bash shell in our case. In our case, that terminal. In the second episode, I have covered the life cycle of this program, how the program starts to the point how it ends, or what happens at the termination of our program inside the Linux operating system. In the third episode, we have covered the compilation stages our program goes through and how an ELF file is generated. In the fourth episode, we have covered the what actually what is actually inside the ELF file, how to read the ELF file, how to understand, read, and debug the ELF file. That is a very important episode. You can check that. In the fifth episode, we have covered what actually happens when we run the program. So, it's the program execution pipeline, how the shell reads our command, how it again created the process, maps the memory, and start execution. So, everything happens at the execution steps we are seeing. So, in the third episode, we have covered actually what is actually happening at this stage, gcc-c.o hello world.c. So when we run this command, what is actually happening behind the scene, we have covered it. So in the fourth episode, this is the ELF file, hello world. What is this, how to read this, how to debug it, and everything is there inside the ELF file. And what actually happens when you run this command, like when you run the program execution, how the program start running. So dot slash hello world, what is actually happening by the kernel, what kernel is doing behind at this statement, we have covered in our episode 5th. So now after this, we are checking what is actually happening before the main function is called. So in this episode, the real aim of this to check the actual entry flow. Everything kernel starts from kernel. So first kernel. Kernel is reading the entry point address. This address we will find in ELF file. At this address, when it reads the address, it find underscore start. And we see that underscore start is calling libc start main. Kernel find the entry point address. at the entry point address, which can be any address like 0 into 4010020 something, some address. So when in the address table, this address points to real entry. This address is different for every program, and when it goes, it sees at that address our start function is there. So we see that start is actually the true beginning. True beginning. So start, who provides this start function? Start is provided by libc, and we find this definition of this underscore start into in the startup code of kernel, which is basically written in assembly language. And this start is responsible for preparing our program. Preparing our program means setting up, reading the stack and setting up the arguments and calling the function libc and start main. So preparation of program is done here. So we can say that this start is actually the bridge between two worlds. Inside this side we have kernel area, and this two function comes under glibc, which is a part of user space, and kernel area means kernel space. So start underscore start is a bridge between two world, kernel space and the user space. glibc is a part of user space. Okay, so as I was explaining, in the preparation of program, what is actually happening? So when we say preparation of the program, we can say that the responsibility of this start is to read stack. We know every program has its own stack. So what is in the stack? We have by the kernel. These all are provided by the kernel. Kernel provide three variables: ARAC, which is argument count, ARGV, argument vector, and ENVP, environment vectors, environment pointers. After reading the stack, it will prepare the arguments. It will check how many arguments are there and what will go into which part. So it prepare the arguments, and after that it call the underscore libc start main, which is a part of glibc library. Okay, and glibc will further call the main function, which is a callback function provided by the kernel, which invoked at the runtime. So this clearly states that start is actually the bridge between kernel world and C runtime, or we can say user space or glibc or user world. Okay. So the main point, one thing which we need before going to underscore libc start main, I will explain what is actually happening at this read stack time. So what is in this stack and how kernel what the initial stack layout look like. So when we can say stack layout, this is at initial point of time, which is provided by the kernel. when kernel loads the program, stack is looking like something like this. Here it is argc argument count argv 0 argv 1 and similar way argv n, and then comes to envp 0 envp 1, similar way envp n, or n, or we can say null. Sorry, it's not n, it's null. Here comes null till this ends, and then envp 1 0 envp 1 till null is reached, and then we have some auxiliary vectors. So this is the layout of our initial stacks inside the kernel. Like if I give some example, we can say that if you run any code with ./a.out, which is the ELF file with 1 2 3 4, so argc will become 1 2 3 4 5. So total 5 things is going there, 1 2 3 4 5, and argv is like argv 0 is ./a.out, argv 1 is 1, argv 2 is 2, 3 is 3, and so on till the time null is reached. End of this linked list. And what is environment variable? envp 0 is path corresponding to first argument. So similarly, for every argument we have all the environment variable prepared by the kernel. So this will, in the initial stack the kernel is preparing. So we see that argc, argv and envp, they are actually not created by the kernel, by the C. They are placed by the kernel. So initial stack layout is actually placed by the kernel, and which is the task of underscore start function, from where actually the true beginning is happening. So after reading the stack and preparing the argument, it calls, we have seen that it is calling this underscore libc start main. Let's go to this point. Underscore libc start main. This is actually the part of runtime setup. Everything is happening at runtime. So when this start is called, start is calling this function libc start main with the arguments it has prepared, argc, argv, sorry, First is main. Main is its argument. Main is the callback function. So main, then argc, argv, and all this is okay. So actually, what is happening at this point of time? We can say this is a part of our glibc library. So it initialize the glibc, initialize the libc library, initialization, initialize libc. It set up the heap. Till the time we have stack, we don't have heap. So heap is being set up here. Whatever in the header files, it also set up header files like stdio.h. Without this std, our printf scanf will not going to work, because printf is a part of stdio.h, scanf, and all other input output functionality. It also run the global constructor. I will show you how the global constructor is through which we can run any program without even the main function. Global constructor, sorry, constructor. Global constructors. And then it called finally the main function, which is a callback function. This main is actually callback function. We will cover what is callback function when we are covering the function series. And when the program done with the execution, it also handle the exit function, which is actually close up or after the return. So we can say without this the functionality of libc underscore main, which is being invoked by underscore start, it initialize the libc, set up the heap, set up the header files, run the global descriptors, call the our main function, and also handle the exit. So without this function, even printf won't work, because print setting up of the header files are being done at this level. Okay. One thing we will cover is global constructor later. So we see that main task of calling the main function is being done by libc. Okay. So I will explain all these things. What is happening at libc we already know. First is let us first check all these things whatever we have explained through at the uh, Linux operating system as well. Okay, so let's get back. First thing is that I told you that we have an entry point address where we can see the entry point address. How we can know what is the entry point address of our program? So when you check the ELF file, you will see there is one statement, entry point address. Okay, this is the actually entry point address of our program. In this case, entry point address is 0 into 1060. So what is actually pointing at that address? Let me show you. We have to check 1060 address. Okay, so when you see This is 1060 address, right? Which we have seen in the real entry point address. Entry point address is 0 into 1060. So when we reach to this address, it is pointing to underscore start. So we know that this is the this address corresponding to this area. So what is happening at that start? We already, I have explained that it is calling underscore underscore libc start main, which is further calling main function. So I will show you inside this. So this is all written in assembly code. Okay, this is just the confirmation what I have explained now. We are just confirming all these things. So when you there is one address 3dfd which points to underscore underscore libc start main, which is a part of glibc. Okay, this is the version of our code, and there it is calling our main function. Okay, and all these things for assembly code is being doing 1149 earlier. When you see start functionality, you will see main, which is 11 at 1149. Okay, so I was going to that address only directly. What is actually happening here? In the main function, we have printed one statement and done the return. So print is to puts in the assembly. So the library function stdio.in is being used, and which is calling the puts function inside the library plt. I will explain what is plt when we are covering our dynamic linking episode. Okay, stay tuned. And after calling this function, it is simply returning. So that is we are seeing this. This is the main frame. At the main frame, we are calling the printf statement and return statement. Part of this. So as explained, we see the std inside the glibc global constructor, calling of the main or handling of the exit function inside the underscore underscore libc start main. Okay, it's after the main has been called. Okay, so we see what is happening before the main. So before the main, kernel is reading some entry point address, which is calling underscore start, which is calling libs underscore underscore libc start main. Okay, from where the library has been set up and all the header files will be read and performed. Global descriptors has been set up during the main. Let me take main. Before, during the main, execution is being done. So what the execution inside the printf function is being invoked by the library to print the statement or anything what is inside the which is inside the body of the main function will be executed during the execution of main function to print statement, any general statement. Now the part is what happens after the main function. After, so main has been executed. Now when the main returns, so main return 0. This is last statement of our main function. So what is happening after that? How kernel is what kernel is actually doing at this point of time? So similar to that, after returning from the main, same libc file will be called. So main is further calling libc start main but this time for the exit function, for the cleanup process. Exit will call destructor. Destructor will run. Destructor will run, which will do the kernel cleanup. Kernel cleanup. At the cleanup stage, any file descriptor we have involved removed, memory is removed, any resources allocated by the kernel removed, any pending signal or anything whatever has been removed, and kernel remove the process from the process table. Process from process table. So complete cleanup process has been done after returning from the main statement. So these three are so important. Before main, what is happening, during the main, what is happening, and after the main returns, what is happening by the kernel. So kernel is doing lot of tasks behind the scene. I hope things are clear. So at the time we have set up the initial stack by the kernel, we see that there is one pointer, one thing which is auxiliary vector. What is this vector? Let me explain you. It is very important point. The auxiliary vector which is stored at the stack is contain very efficient, very important information like let's say at this auxiliary point of view, we have get auxiliary variable is inside to get anything, like you have defined page table, you have defined entry points, you have defined physical address, physical headers or program headers or section headers. All the metadata which are required by the program is passed by the kernel to the program using this auxiliary vector. Okay, so we can say this auxiliary vector contain all the metadata of the kernel which are required by the program. So this is so important. Like page table, we should know the program header address, we should know the entry point address or segment address or the section address. All those information are provided by the kernel to the user using this auxiliary vector. Okay, so some of these like page table, entry which provides the entry point address, physical header, I think it is PHDR or physical header. Oh, sorry, it's a program header. PHDR is program header. Similarly, we have section header. To get any variable from the auxiliary vector table, we can use get auxvel system call. Get auxvel to get the auxiliary vector information. If we get some time, I will explain this auxiliary vector in depth detail in some other episode. For now, just understand this. Just understand that auxiliary vector contain all the metadata information which is provided by the kernel to the user. Everything is clear. Let me just go through the today's episode once in a quick. Let me just quickly go through today's episode for quick understanding. So today's episode topic is what happens before main. We see the real entry flow of our main function is from the kernel, where it reads the entry point address, which that address is actually the real entry inside the function. which is underscore start, which we call as true beginning of main functionality of underscore start is a part of libc, or we can say start of code of the kernel, which prepares our program for execution. And that function that also calls the underscore libc underscore start underscore main, which is a part of glibc library, which calls the main function as a callback function for the execution. At the uh, at underscore star, we have the initial stack layout, which contain argument argc, argv, and envp. And at the underscore libc underscore start main, which is the runtime startup, we see that it initialize the libc, set up the heap functionality, heap segment, set up the stdio.h, or all the header files has been set up or included or linked at this point of time. It also run the global constructor, call the main function, and also handle the exit functionality once the main function is being is done with the execution. So we see that at from the main, when we considered main function, we see three timelines: before, during, and after. Before the main function, all the setup is being prepared by the kernel, and after that kernel give all the information. Kernel invoke the glibc library function, which invokes the main function. During the main functionality, whatever execution we have given into the main function, body of the main function is being done. So at this point of time, we have given to print one statement and return 0 to the operating system back. Once after the execution has been done or return 0 statement has been executed, main again call the glibc start main to now at this time for the exit function, which calls from where the destructor runs and kernel do the all the cleanup. At the cleanup process, if any file descriptors, memory resources has been allocated to the this process will be removed, and also this process will be removed from the process table. I hope today's statement is today episode is crystal clear to everyone. If there is any problem anywhere, please let me know inside the comment section. In the next episode, we are going to cover memory layout of Linux program. This is a very important, again, that episode is going to be a very important episode where we are going to cover stack, heap, virtual memory, address space layout, and memory allocation internals. Please stay tuned for that episode. Thank you.